Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a video talking to you a little bit about how I have my light set up on this 300 Blackout upper build that I did. If you haven't seen it, I'll have a playlist below where you can watch how I put this upper together, all the parts I used, and kind of why I chose the parts that I did. The thing that's gone through the most changes has been the way my light has been set up. Now this was my ultimate goal from the beginning, and I knew that. However, it took me a while to get all the parts to be able to do it. I have another video where I talk all about this light and do my review on the Streamlight ProTac Rail 1, which is an excellent light. I'll have a link to it below as well because I'm a big fan, highly recommend it. However, this video is going to be focused on the Arisaka inline mount that I have, that I'm using to attach it to my Midwest Industries rail. By the way, Midwest Industries is making excellent rails. I had a chance to talk to them at SHOT Show. They got some cool stuff coming out, but I digress. Let's talk a little bit more about this Arisaka mount. So I'm going to try to do my best to show you exactly how this thing mounts up. It's going to be a little bit difficult because this room isn't super well lit. Just FYI, I'm in the Spartan Training Concepts shoot house right now. This weekend we're doing a force on force class. I get to pretend to be the bad guy for a lot of the drills, which has been a lot of fun. They are going to be doing low light, no light classes as well, so I highly encourage you, if you're going to run a light, get some training, learn how to use it properly. If you watched the video that I did on here, you probably saw a lot of bad stuff that I was doing wrong. That's because I haven't taken a class yet, but I'll be taking the first one that they offer. Anyway, I really like the way that this mount has been designed. It's super simple, very straightforward. It gives you a lot of options, and it does exactly the job that I need it to do. So if you can see back here, there are two Allen head screws here, which are what actually attaches this to the M-lock rail sections down here. And then up here, you have the place where you actually attach the light to the rail. Now you may be thinking, okay, well, if the screws are back here, how am I supposed to get to them if I have my light attached? Well, believe it or not, I asked myself that as well, and then I realized I'm an idiot. All you got to do is unscrew this little tail cap here, and then it gives you full and free access to those screws, which is excellent. Obviously, they designed it that way on purpose. What I like about this mount as well is, as you can tell, because the rail section mounts are back here, you can kick this light pretty far forward. Now, I did have it a little bit further forward before. However, I was dealing with it clouding up from my Strike Industries King comp up here. Obviously, if you have a light, you don't want it to get super clouded, so I ended up moving it further and further back, basically until the point where I could go through a mag or two without it clouding up at all. So it took me a couple tries to get it in position, but once I got it back here, it's been working great. I have many hundreds of rounds through it since I moved the rail back here, and again, that's about as clouded as it's gotten. I haven't cleaned it at all. One thing I want to note is I tried to put this thing on without Loctite the first time because I've heard people say you don't need to use Loctite with M-lock stuff. However, when I first attached it, I didn't even get through my first mag without it coming a little bit loose. Now, maybe I was just wussing it the first time I attached it, but I took the screws out, Loctited them, screwed them back down, and I haven't had any issues since then. So regardless of what people tell you, I will tell you that I recommend putting some blue Loctite on there to make sure that those fasteners don't come loose. But the thing that I love about this mount the most, again, like I've kind of been alluding to and maybe have mentioned already, is how close it gets you to the center line, or at least to the rail itself. So this Midwest Industries rail is super slimline. I can almost touch two fingers around it. Then again, I also have some Whopper Junior fingers, so most people out there, oh, there you go, can probably reach all the way around it. So if I have a super slimline rail, I don't want to have a bunch of bulky stuff sticking way far off of it. So using this Arisaka mount gets this thing a lot closer. Now, Streamlight does come with a 1913 style attachment method. However, it's going to kick it off considerably further than you can see here. If I have a picture of what it looked like before, I'll roll that in. If not, you'll just have to take my word for it because I don't want to take this thing off. Now that I have it set perfectly, I don't want to jeopardize that. But it keeps it super tight to the gun, which is excellent because when I'm coming around corners, it puts that light in the perfect spot to where if I'm coming around to the right, as soon as my sights are on target, everything's already lit by my gun. If I'm coming around left-handed, It doesn't get in the way of my tape switch, and I only have to cant it over just a little bit to where once my sights are on target, my flashlight is there as well. Now, it's not ideal. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, just mount it in the 6 o'clock or the 12 o'clock or the 6 o'clock position. Yeah, you can do that. However, ergonomically for me, it's not ideal. So I have it up off here at the 1, 2 o'clock position, whatever you want to call that. And it's working very, very well for me. I guess you could call it 1:30. Anyway, this is where I have it set up, and this is where I really like to have it. And again, obviously, having this run with a tape switch, I don't have to worry about losing access to it, whether it's on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. But if you were just using the regular tail cap, even if you were doing it left-handed, obviously you can get on back here if you had the regular tail cap. Or again, because this rail is super slimline, if I was coming around right-handed, my left thumb can come around and activate that tail cap. Not ideal, not the most ergonomic, again, hence why I'm running the tape switch. What I can do now is I'll take you into the shoot house a little bit deeper and show you exactly how this light works using this mount, and how kind of what I'm talking about by having my sights on target and also having the light out there. So let's go ahead and move in there right meow. Okay, so I'm gonna have the light on just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here to start out. One of the nice things about having a 300 Blackout is because it has a faster burning powder, you don't have this giant muzzle flash. So even though I have a pretty nice break on here, I'm not worrying about muzzle flash self-blinding me. So I don't want my light to self-blind me either then, kind of get the best of all the worlds here. So hence why I have the rail 1. To me, it's the perfect brightness, but I talk more about that in the video specifically for it. But as you'll be able to see here, when I'm coming around this corner to the right, being a righty, obviously I'm going to try my best to come around to the right side of cover because that's going to be the most ergonomic for me. You should be able to do it to both sides. However, for a demonstration here, I'm going to show you off to the right. So kick the light off, and as I come up to this corner, as I turn this light on, if my sights are on it, because my sights are off left to where, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but since the sights are to the left of the light, if my sights are on it, then obviously my light's on it. So let's say that mirror down there, if you can see that, is my target. Even though I'm shining straight into that mirror, I'm not really worried about self-blinding at this point because it's not coming back at me. But everything that's in my sights is very adequately lit. If I come around to the left side of cover, as you can see, if I were to just keep it upright, even though my sights have cleared cover, my light's literally bouncing off the wall right in front of me and is pretty bright in my eyes. So if I can just kick it over just a little bit, now my muzzle's cleared cover and my light's cleared cover, and I can see everything downrange. Obviously, again, because it's not in the 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock position, I am having to do put myself out there a little bit more. But again, for me, ergonomically, I don't like that. And if I was using just the standard factory mount that comes with it, it's kicking that light even further off, which means I'm gonna have to put even more of me out from behind cover. So I really think that these Arisaka mounts are about as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna take you back out into the lit room, and we'll kind of finish up talking about this mount. So as you can see, this mount gives you the ability to do a lot of really convenient things, both ergonomically and tactically speaking. Again, I need to take a low light course myself, so if you were watching that cringing, thinking I'm using that light all wrong, you're probably right, because again, I too need training. But anyway, you could see at least the idea behind where I have this light positioned and why, at least for now. Things are subject to change as always, but I really like the way this is set up. But that out of the way, Arisaka does have a whole big line of different light options. They have them where it'll stick straight off the side of the rail and cant it up and over. They do key mod as well. This one obviously is for M-LOK. They have a pretty hefty line, again, of Surefire style capabilities as far as mounting options and even other mounting options as well. I'll have a link to their website below. I would highly encourage you to check it out. Everything is definitely, in my opinion, not super overpriced. It's going to be very affordable, even for me, being a full-time college student. It, again, works super well for sucking this light down to the rail as close as you possibly can. I really can't think of any closer, a way you could get it even closer without a direct mount light to the rail. So if you're running a Surefire style or the Streamlight ProTac rail style lights, definitely check out the Arisaka light mounts. You're not going to regret it. In fact, they're fairly popular, so they might even be out of stock when you're looking for them. I know this one was, hence why I had to wait for it a while. But now that I have it, I absolutely love it. I'm telling everyone I can about it. So obviously, I have no problem recommending it to my viewers out there. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and throw those in the comment section below. I'll try to get back to you guys as quick as I can. I try my best to stay on top of it. Again, get training. I too need training, hence why I'm here at Spartan Training Concepts this weekend. There's a lot of good schools across the nation. Obviously, you don't have to come over here, but if you're in the Northwest, I highly encourage you to check out Spartan Training Concepts. I'll have a link to their website below. If you like videos like this or want to see more like this, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. But as always, I hope you're able to get something out of this video, and I really appreciate you watching. It's not super long. I'll go ahead and put the exact specs down here as far as length and all that. But basically, it has a very similar look